Hello, everyone. I am here today with Father Terrence Buckley at the Church of St. Andrew. Thank you, Father Terrence, for having me here today to talk with you about the second week of Advent.
It's a pleasure to have you, Mother Kirsten.
It's a tradition during Advent to light the Advent wreath. So for week 2, we light 2 blue candles, which Father Terrence is going to do for us. So the second week of Advent is traditionally associated with peace. And we spend time in Advent waiting for the arrival of the Prince of Peace, trying to find peace in our busy world. What advice or examples do you have for how our people can find peace at this time of year?
Well, interesting you should mention peace, seeking peace in a very busy secular world. It can be often difficult to find one's peace, especially as we're preparing for the arrival of the Prince of Peace, as you put it. Today, we celebrated at our noonday Eucharist, we celebrated Deacon Nicholas Ferrer, who was an English cleric of the early 17th century. He and his followers decided to, who were his family and friends, he decided he was going to create an intentional, separate community of Christians, of praying Christians, who would remove themselves from the secular world to try to just focus on prayer and preparation. Preparation for what? Preparation for the coming of God into their lives, to be prepared for the arrival of the holy in their lives. So he brought his followers to a little village called Little. Ferrer's intention was to remove his followers from the corruption and distractions of the secular world, so they can focus on prayer and doing the work that we're called upon to do in the Gospels. So he had a soup kitchen in the manor house there at Little Gidding, which he and his followers fed the poor. He had a clinic, he probably didn't call it a clinic, like a little hospital, where he would treat the local people, the poor people who couldn't afford medical care. They would come to Little Gidding, and Ferrer and his followers would treat them. And he felt by doing that and focusing on intentional prayer, they were preparing themselves, not just for Advent, although it's an appropriate thing to talk about during Advent, but that they were prepared for the arrival of Jesus in their life at any time. As the Gospels, we know from the Gospels, Jesus cautions his followers, be prepared, for you know not the day nor the hour when the Son of Man comes. And Ferrer and his followers took that very seriously, and they wanted to be prepared at any time for the arrival of the kingdom.